The downtown Toronto condo real estate market has cooled. And as always, I've got the numbers to prove it.
The current supply on the market has grown to 1,504 units in downtown Toronto. However, it peaked at 1,614 listings right before July.
So what's happening here? Are we starting to see the inventory fall? Is the supply starting to come down again? Well, to fully understand this, you actually need to look at the expired and terminated listings. There was a total of 95 expired and terminated listings at the end of June during this period. So what does that mean? Let's do some quick math here. There was a drop of 110 active listings, minus the 95 expired and terminated listings, so you see a total drop of 15 listings. So in short, yes, there has been a drop in total listings, and we are starting to see a flattening of the curve. Sounds familiar. Where did I hear that from before?
I got curved.
Anyways.
Still, if you compare it with the previous years, this is the highest it's ever been in the past 6 years. As you can see from this graph, the inventory has started dropping after building for weeks.
It's still a good time for buyers. However, is this the start of a change?
As you can see, the majority of listings are under the $1 million price point. But now you're even seeing a lot more listings in the lower range, which we didn't see before. The demand has dropped significantly, as you can see from the drop in sales. There are only 466 sales in June, with 65 units sold conditional. This means we potentially have about 531 sales, making it one of the lowest Junes ever. This graph proves that sales have been steadily decreasing. The list price sales price ratio, a demand indicator, is now down to 100.52%. Look how steep that drop is in the graph. That's like a double black diamond.
Remember the days of bidding wars?
Days on market were 19 days in June.
But as you know from my previous videos, it's not 100% accurate because agents cancel and relist their properties if they sit on the market for too long.
It's on an upward trend, indicating that it does take longer to sell your condo these days. Average price has dropped to $808,176, so that's back near last year's numbers. This is still on a downward trend. Median price has dropped to $720,000, which is similar to September-November 2021 numbers. This is also on a downward trend.
Okay, so the home price index benchmark price was supposed to be the most accurate measure when it comes to measuring price fluctuations in the market because it's actually pegged to a specific common unit type. However, if you look at May numbers compared to April, you'll see that there's a significant change. It is really annoying me right now because data is not supposed to change, and it did. If you actually look at the April number, it used to be $845,950, and now it's $885,000. What's even more annoying is that I actually had to go back and change every single number manually from 2017. If anyone knows why this happened, I'd love to know in the comments below. The HPI used to be my favorite measure, but now I don't know anymore.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend.
Maybe I'll start giving some more love to median price.
Wow. Oh, God. You lucky bitch.
June HPI has dropped to 838,500 from a high of March of 896,650. As you can see, it's on a downward trend. Here's a chart of all the unit types broken down so you can know what specific unit types are selling for.
The condo market is cooling and will continue to do so as interest rates rise, demand drops, and supply increases. The last interest rate hike on June the 1st was 0.5%. There's another rate hike coming on July the 13th, 2022. People are saying 0.5, 0.75, and even 1%. If such a dramatic increase does happen, it's not going to be helping the market at all.
Now let's dig into the rental market. The active listings has dropped to just 841 listings.
We haven't seen it this low since 2018.
That's low.
As you can see from this cluster here, that inventory has been falling. You can see from the distribution of rental listings that pretty much nothing is under $2,000 per month. There were 2,254 leases completed in June. That's the second highest number in the past 6 years. As you can see from the weekly distribution, we've seen a huge increase in demand. The list price rent price ratio is 101.07%, which means bidding wars are happening on rental properties as fierce competition pushes up prices. Days on market dropped to just 12 days as tenants are snatching up properties. The average price is now at an all-time high of $2,757, with the median price tied at the previous all-time high of $2,500.
Compared to last June, it's up over $500 per month.
Wow.
This is not good news for tenants as we're heading into the historically busiest months of the year, July and August.
Here's a chart of the breakdown of rents across different condo types. Now let's check the PR ratio. HPI PR ratio is 25.3. Average price PR ratio is 24.4. Last but not least, median PR ratio is 21.7.
What the hell are you talking about?
Watch my previous market report video to find out.